Well, here we are, Martin. I'm at the very end. You wanted some pictures of my garden. I'm at the very end of the driveway, like just when you first come in. Now, this is the worst part of the garden because it's the weediest, and I just haven't gotten around to it this spring, but there's some nice parts. So you come in here. I had intended that this would just end up being a nice green spot here, and eventually these Portuguese laurels will take over and cover the whole area, so I won't have to weed, and they'll hang over the driveway, which I think is real pretty. And then there's a rhododendron in the corner there that should grow to about 8 feet. There's a snowball viburnum, something I got at a garage sale, and a whole bunch of Shasta daisies that I've self-seeded, and my cat Mavis. Then on the other side, this is the bad part. I've put some more laurels over here, that stupid poppy that just looks like terrible after it blooms. And then all these wild strawberries came in, so I've left them. So then there's a fence that goes part way up the yard. And then I've got lots of lavender. I intend to put way more. And we'll just walk up the driveway. I'll try not to be too shaky. So last year we newspapered and cardboarded and bark mulched this whole area. It's about 55 feet long. I'm looking back now towards the beginning of the driveway. This we call our hedgerow garden. We're hoping eventually that it would just be densely packed with shrubs and some flowers, and that we'll get birds in there. There's my photinias with the red leaves, and at the end there is Italian chestnut. And this tree is a birch tree I just yanked out of a ditch, and it grew that big. I'm trying to cover up that house next door because it's kind of shacky. Anyhow, so there's the driveway again. Oh, look, a car. And then there's the lavender again. This is the front yard. This fall, this entire area will be bark mulched, and then we'll just keep on filling in with shrubs. So we've got a laurel hedge started, 2 hazelnuts down there, another photinia, a spirea, in that far corner another birch tree, another spirea, and then quite a long laurel hedge that we're working on. My California lilac, which is beautiful, and a maple tree that goes bright red in the fall. This is my project area here, is to make a new path. When we moved in, we just quickly had to get in. So this will be a new path. Dug out some of it, but it's pretty hard work when it's hot. And we'll just pea gravel this whole thing. It goes to the side yard, and from there, of course, to the backyard. So here's my gate Henry made me. So that whole area will be pea gravel, like cut out landscape fabric and then pea gravel. Here's some more shrubberies. My dirt sifter, how exciting. And some lilacs. So this is the front of part of the house. There's a rhodo there, and obviously you can tell that's a cedar. And then here's my porch. I sit out here quite a bit. Henry thinks it's too exposed, although I'm not sure exposed to what. Nobody ever really looks at us. I built that bench a couple of years ago out of leftover deck boards, and that's where I sit. I don't know if you'll recognize that copper moon, half moon on the wall. That's from Grandma Springer. Anyhow, that's our front porch. And that, sorry my hair keeps on getting in the way, that jug is from Grandma Eckes. And then this beautiful blue stuff has grown over everything. I think it's fantastic. So there's some stairs, very exciting. Oh, and my cat Mavis again. You notice how she's only ever showing you her ass. She's quite proud of it. And then this is the most established garden. This is, we call the other one sort of hedgerow in progress. Then we call that front bay window garden in progress. You notice everything we have is in progress. But this side garden's actually quite well established. This was the first one I was able to put in. So I'm stepping back so you can get the full effect. So when I drive home at night, and I park my car there, I drive through that, which is really kind of nice. So we'll go over there. Just typical Shasta daisies. My sage, which went crazy. And I built a little rock wall all the way around it from local rock, just so that it, I don't know, just so it contained it a bit. There's the old mile-a-minute vine, and they're not kidding, it grows like gangbusters, but it gives me great privacy when I'm sitting on the porch from the house. valerian, some prairie mallow, a rugosa rose, some kind of a dwarf rose. Well, it was supposed to be dwarf, it's that big now. And then one of my favorite things, the white rose on the lattice. I think it's beautiful. See that lattice? Look, my hair's in the way again, sorry. That lattice is made out of industrial fuel tank dipsticks. It's mahogany, and I think it's fantastic. I'm big on upcycling. A burning bush, so it goes bright red in the fall. Some more stuff. Chickseed. Campanulas. I love campanulas and lavender, I do. More valerian. Lady's mantle. And then this fantastic thing called a butterfly bush. So if you look, they're the deep, deep purple ones, not the sort of anemic ones that grow on the side of the road. So there's my kitchen window. So the odd time where I actually deem, to do dishes, I'm looking at deep purple and white together. It's really pretty, and then of course lots of butterflies come. And then some more walking, and some more of kind of the same stuff. And here's an apricot tree that every year has a whole bunch and then the wind blows them over. So we've never actually eaten an apricot. And then hose, and then another little pocket garden. And it's got a wisteria growing up there. I made that lattice too out of recycled lumber. So I'm quite pleased with myself. And that's the edge of our back deck. Now I'm going to this is our garage. Check out that vine. Isn't that incredible? 2 years only. Our garage looks like a hobbit house. And there's a dead mouse on the apron there, which I'll move later. So, here we are at the deck. I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of in the shadow. I'll go up on the deck. So here's where we sit and eat dinner sometimes, if it's nice. It'll be kind of dark on this film. That entire bench was made out of recycled lumber from somebody who was doing a renovation. And then there's where Henry cooks, and I eat. Henry cooks, I eat. Some catnip, supposed to be a mosquito deterrent. So when we're sitting on the deck, we're looking at that cute little garage, which is too cute for words, eh? And then, a bunch of junk over there. That's a view, that one, that has to be covered up. So we're thinking of putting some lattice kind of where that birch tree is, like making more of a entryway onto the deck so I don't have to look at the sort of garbagey part. No, I'm going down the steps so it'll be shaky, even shakier. This is my garage garden. Cute as a button. And I've basically used the same plants that are in the front so it looks kind of continuous. Here is my fire pit, reclaimed brick. And I'm burning the self-seeders in there so that they don't take over the yard. If I put them in the compost, I'll just have 5 million of them. Now this is our problem garden. Here is this giant walnut tree in our yard. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And it's huge. But the problem with it is that walnuts have a toxic chemical in their roots, leaves, nuts, everything. So it's really hard to get things to grow down there. But I've discovered that roses and viburnums will grow. So I've planted some. We'll see. In a couple of years, I'm hoping it's really lush and packed. There's my little concrete garden. And that's where I put annual type things. Like there's tomatoes and lettuce and stuff like that in there. Then, oops, so I don't want to fall down. So then, coming past the garage, this is our nasty old utility area. Look at my underwear hanging there. That's always a good look. Junk. Well, we use it, we just don't want to look at it. And then there we've taken the wild blackberries and put them on 2 fence posts and mow around them, and I get about 28 liters of blackberries a year from them. So this is our newest bed. We're developing it. It's going to be mostly berries with a few evergreens in so it doesn't look stark in the winter. But we've got currants, raspberries, blueberries, another giant sage, and then the back there is just, it's about 15 feet wide by 66 feet long. It's just a kind of natural area. We haven't done much there. I planted those trees and I planted all these pretty trees. But really it's kind of nice when you go in there. It's just sort of